I paid my sister and her fiancé's rent for years, only to learn they mocked me behind my back. I cut them off, and karma hit. Life has a funny way of revealing people's true colors when you least expect it. My name is Brian, and for 3 long years, I sent $800 every month to my sister Emma and her fiancé Jared, thinking I was helping them stay afloat. I never questioned it because she was my sister. I believed I was doing the right thing. Family takes care of family, right? But what I didn't know was that while I was sacrificing my own financial stability to support them, they were mocking me behind my back. It all started when Emma and Jared got engaged. They were struggling financially, or so I thought. Emma told me Jared had lost his job, and they were barely making ends meet. She begged me for help, and like the good brother I was, I stepped in without hesitation. $800 a month wasn't easy for me to spare, but I figured it was temporary. I worked as a high school teacher, and while I wasn't wealthy, I was managing. I cut back on my own expenses, skipped vacations, and even held off on fixing my car just to make sure they had what they needed. I never expected anything in return. All I wanted was for my sister to be okay. Then, everything changed during a family gathering. We were sitting around my grandmother's dining table when she made a passing comment that froze me in my seat. "It's funny, you know. Emma and Jared always joke about how you're such a loser for working so hard while they get to enjoy life without lifting a finger." At first I thought I had misheard her. I laughed nervously and asked what she meant. She waved her hand dismissively and said, "Oh, they always say that you're wasting your life as a teacher while paying for theirs. They call you the walking ATM." My heart sank. My mind raced. I had been struggling just to keep their lights on while they laughed at me. That night I went home in shock. I kept replaying everything in my head. The nights I went without eating out. The times I said no to small luxuries, all so they could mock me behind my back. The next day, I made a decision. I was done. No more money. No more support. No more enabling their laziness and disrespect. I texted Emma, "I've realized I can't keep supporting you financially. You and Jared will have to figure things out on your own from now on. I wish you the best." The response came almost immediately. "What? Are you serious? How could you do this to us? We need you. Jared still doesn't have a job and we're behind on bills. Your family, you're supposed to help." I didn't reply. Days later, Emma started calling. Then Jared. Then my mother, who had no idea I had been helping them all this time. When she found out, she was furious. Not at me, but at them. "You mean to tell me he's been paying your rent for 3 years and you've been mocking him?" she yelled at Emma over the phone. "You should be ashamed of yourself." Things escalated quickly. Jared even showed up at my workplace, trying to play it off as a misunderstanding. "Come on, man. You know we were just joking. We appreciate everything you've done." I looked him in the eyes and said, "You didn't appreciate anything. You just lost your free ride." Then karma hit them harder than I ever could have imagined. Not long after, my grandmother called me again with shocking news. My late grandfather had left a hidden trust fund that had just been uncovered. It wasn't a fortune, but it was a significant sum meant to be divided among the family. Emma and Jared, thinking they could still manipulate the situation, demanded a larger share. They even went so far as to get a lawyer involved, claiming I had been hiding family assets. But their greed blinded them to their reality. They were drowning in debt, and Jared was soon fired for alleged embezzlement at his new job. With their financial situation crumbling, they had no choice but to drop their legal claims. Then, in a desperate move, Emma came to me one last time, begging me to co-sign a loan. "Brian, please, we're in a tough spot. I know we made mistakes, but we're family. Family helps each other, right?" she pleaded. I took a deep breath and said, "Family doesn't take advantage of each other. I wish you the best, but I'm done." That was the last real conversation we ever had. To make matters worse for them, my grandmother, disgusted by their actions, decided to disinherit them from the trust fund. The money was redirected to responsible family members, including me. And as for Emma and Jared? Well, Jared eventually left Emma when the pressure became too much. She had no choice but to move back in with our mother, who wasn't exactly thrilled to take her in. Meanwhile, I had never felt freer in my life. I had cut off toxic family obligations, gained the respect of relatives who finally saw the truth, and learned an important lesson. Never set yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. So to everyone watching, if you've ever been used, manipulated, or guilt-tripped into sacrificing for people who don't appreciate you, know this. It's okay to walk away. It's okay to protect yourself. And trust me, karma will take care of the rest. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more real-life stories like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps keep these stories coming. Drop a comment below if you've ever experienced something similar. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you in the next video.